Hey up and welcome to Matt's Mindful Meals. Well, you notice that there's no pine trees because I'm not in Scotland, I'm down in Bradford camping with Dan, the English Woodsman, and Scott, Oscar Outdoors, are going to join us down here a bit later. So what I'm going to do is, I've already forgotten to film us walking in, which would have been good because I fell over a couple of times on the way in, so it's a bit slippy. Any road, I'm going to get myself up because it looks like it's going to start raining or sleeting or hailing or whatever it is. So I'll speak to you in a little while. Ta. Right then, it's just starting rain, so I'm glad this is all up. So because I'm dead switched on at the moment, I've forgotten me poles to spread out my net, but it's okay because in this DDXL frontline you can sleep in it upside down. So inside there you can see I've got my thermarest pillow that I won't go anywhere without. Then I've got what's called a puffy blanket. It's like a thin down blanket over the top of a pariah quilt that I've got, so I should be plenty snug enough tonight. So you can see there Dan's just put up his Pomoli hot tent and he's just putting his chimney up. It's quite peaceful until he started doing that. Sounds like thunder, but yeah, we'll start getting some wood together in a minute and we can all start cooking and he can start getting his tent warm. As you can see, miraculously my poles are turned up. They were wrapped up with my table, so once I put my table up I found them. Anyway, I was that excited, I set it all up again, and as you can see I've got my little fairy lights. Right then, I've got a little bit of wood, but we're going to need a bit more, but I need to get the food started because I'm doing shoulder of lamb, as you'll have seen in the pictures earlier on. So I got the shoulder of lamb, took the bone out, put loads of holes in it and put garlic in it, and then I've marinated it for, well, it'll be over 24 hours by the time it gets into the pan, with some tandoori spices. So all I need to do now is just to split this wood that you've seen me sawing. It's tired me out a little bit. But yeah, so it was the end of week 2 this week. So a lot more of coming to terms with everything. And the main thing I'm struggling with is I have to take everything slowly, but I want to do everything like yesterday, which isn't going to work because it'll end up making me even worse. So like earlier on in last year when I was trying to get myself back fit, I was feeling fatigued, had a day off, then went and tried it again, and basically it was just every time I was getting more and more fatigued, and it was just dragging on. But now I know it's part of the boom and burst scenario for people who've got a similar thing to me, because the lads down on the course, they've all done exactly the same. So yeah, so I've got to take a step back and realise it's going to take a heck of a long time to get back fit. However, to get back healthy will probably take about 6 months if I do what I'm told and take it nice and steady. Anyway, I'm going to split some of this wood, and I'll chat to you a little bit later. Okay, so I've got enough wood prepped to at least start this off, because I've got a funny feeling it's going to take at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half, to get the lamb to go soft enough. So you saw the lamb getting prepped in the photos. It's here now, so all of the powder's been soaked into it nicely overnight. So we'll get that in, but I'll sear it off first, and then I'll start to make the sauce around it, so it'll cook in the sauce and become really soft for when we have it a bit later. So, get my chopping knife out. I was impressed with the knife you saw me get a few weeks ago. It's just gone through that wood really, really easily. So I just need to chop the veg up for when me and Scott have the curries, because Dan's having some herrings that he's going to cook Viking style or caveman style. But each to their own, eh? Each to their own. So, I'll go through the ingredients that we got today. It's quite a few today. Bit of natural yogurt, that can stay there for now. Coriander for a bit later. My favourites, chilies. There's at least 3 of them. But the powder, the spice powder is quite hot anyway. Some passata, which is basically just thick tomato juice. I was going to get a couple of tins of tomatoes, but I changed my mind. Some madras paste, because of me being in the rehab centre, I haven't really got a chance to nip out and get fresh herbs and stuff. A couple of red peppers. Onion, fresh tomatoes, and some mango chutney. So that's quite a big list, but I'll refer to it again as I go through. So first things first, let's get the chilies chopped. Now, some people might think using all 3 chilies is a bit daft.
No.
I'll just check with Scott. What do you reckon?
Get more on.
Yeah, can't have too much chilli. These can be quite chunky because they're going to be cooking in the curry sauce for quite a while, so they will soften up. So I've been looking forward to this all week, to be honest. But when I went to check on the lamb that's been marinating all night earlier on, it doesn't half smell strong. However, we'll tough it out. But I'll definitely give you the honest opinion whether it's too hot or not. But we'll see. I think Scott's making a chicken and keema curry. So will I go Harvey's? Me and Scott, I don't think any of us have asked Dan if we can have any of his herrings, but I'm sure they'll be nice, and he might offer us some, but I think it'd be polite to say no. No, I'm just kidding, I'll have a go. peppers now. And these are just standard bell peppers. Get the seeds and bits out. Nice and small, but not too tiny. I don't think we're going to need the second one. I'll put it in there just in case. Take care of the onion. I'm going to put that in with the fibre because I'll burn this onion waste off. Peel this bad boy. Yeah, I was a bit relieved when I found the hoops in for me hammock inside the bag for this. However, it would have been okay without it. So I definitely don't think I need a mosquito net tonight. Got a bit of snow, a bit of hail, a bit of rain, and yeah, it doesn't feel too cold at the moment, but the forecast is for quite a bit of frost overnight. So we'll see how it goes. But as you've seen, I've got me quilt, and then I've got the other quilt over the top of that. So it should be plenty warm enough. Nose is running. I haven't even eaten the chilies yet. So I've not tried cooking this shoulder of lamb before this way. Normally when I slow cook stuff over a long period of time, I'll use a billy can or something. So, you know, it's worth a try. But I can put the lid on as you've seen me do with other stuff. But I'll have to keep moving it and then putting a new bit of wood on. So we'll see how it goes. So last thing to chop up is a little bit of tomato. I know we've got the tomato juice, but it's nice to have some physical tomatoes there. I think I'll go for 3. But it was literally a smash and grab into the Tesco's in Loughborough last night. So to see what I could get hold of. Wait, they're running off. So I've been doing loads and loads of breathing exercises, and I can feel that sometimes I do get a lot more air into my lungs, which is good, but it's going to take a while for it to become natural. And once the breathing is sorted out and that's become natural, my phys training will be able to go up a notch, and that'll increase my fitness. So yeah, all the signs and the chats from the doctors and the physios and stuff, that's all going in the right direction. So yeah, it's a long road, but there's definitely a light at the end of the tunnel. Right then, I've got my firebox set up, got some wood in, see how many goes it takes. To light this, it was 3 last week, so am I getting any better, or is it pure luck? Rough it up a little bit. Don't think my angle's quite right this week, but we'll see. 1, 2, hey, even better this week. Get these firelighters on the go. Now this is silver birch from a fallen over tree. Some of it's still a little bit green, but I think it'll be all right. Let's put that away. Right then. This should go up all right. Put one more piece of wood in. But it is a little bit damp, but you know, I've cut it into 3, so it should be okay. So put the pan on. And I've lost the lamb. Where's that gone? It's here. So as I say, this is been marinating for over 24 hours now. Still got the big chunks of garlic in it. Let's see how this is going. But this isn't going to be an instant cook tonight, or a quick cook. It's going to have to take quite a while to get going. So, looking around, yeah, should be fine now. I'm going to put the skin side down because that's got a little bit more fat on. But it smells gorgeous, and it's a really big piece of lamb shoulder. So I don't know whether we're going to hear a hiss because the fire's not been going that long. Ready? Yeah. So Dan's on his way here just to come have a quick look. So what I'll do with this, just going to seal it off a little bit. Lay up. Once it's sealed off, then I'll start putting some of the veg in and some of the tomato water, just so it bubbles away and sort of like it just basically stews and becomes really soft. I'll give it a turn over. Yeah, this is going to take quite a while. So this will get added into it.
I'll put a link into the description of Matt's,
which is basically sieved tomatoes, and then that there.
If you like food videos like mine, you can check out his channel. He does some really good meals on fireboxes and stuff. I do meat.
So yeah, so this is going to be really tasty. But as I say, it's not about rushing. And life's too short. But when you come out camping, just surviving on beans and sausage. You know what I've just noticed as well? One of them rare things. Smoke's going in that direction rather than straight in my face. I'll give it another turn over. This is starting to smell really good. Ooh, yeah. Anyway, I'll bring you back once I've got it sealed over, or when I put the other stuff into it. Right then, as you can see, we've got a bit of a fire going. There's a little bit of colour gone onto the lamb, but you won't be able to see it in this light. So what I'm going to do now, so that it doesn't all burn, is add in the passata, which will form the base of the sauce. Don't know if you can see me, there's that much smoke. Anyway, so that's in there. And what we can do is add mainly the chilies at this stage and the onions. tomatoes can go in a little while. But I'll give it a bit of a stir around. The wood's so wet in the woods that we've really had a struggle. But it'll come good. It'll come good. So this is bubbling away, but this will need to cook for quite a while. So what I need to do is pick the lamb up so that the juice can go underneath it. So it forms a little barrier.
You get a bit stalled.
But it's easier said
You get a bit stalled.
than done. So there we are. But these veggies will cook off in this sauce, but every now and again I'll have to add some more water into it and keep the fire going underneath it. So we've got some more wood to collect and that, so I'll keep coming back to that and I'll catch you a little bit later. Curry's on the tick over now. Probably take another half an hour or so. So we're going to have a look at Scott's chicken curry. Bit of a competition. Well, we've got curry tonight. We've got no naan breads.
No.
Got a bit of a shocker. So what you doing?
So far I've just obviously warmed the oil up, and I've just running some oils, capsicum, red pepper and some chilies. Just going to sort of brown them off again, and I'm going to start adding the powders in.
Nice. Well, you're having chicken one, aren't you?
No, it's actually, I've gone for mince. I got some chicken the other day and it's gone off a little bit, so I've had to fly to Tesco's on the way here.
The keema curry.
Yeah, we're going to go for keema, good old Bradford keema.
Nice. Right then, let's go and have a look at the tent of happiness.
Tent of happiness. I can't get it to go with you, right?
It'll be good. But
Spend more
yeah.
time fire, not doing anything else.
I've never known it so hard to get a fire going. Must be the wettest wood in the world. Yorkshire wood, that's what that is. Anyway, we'll catch you later when we've got the curries ready. And we'll sit around this fire, which, as you can see, Scott's cooking his tea on it. Anyway, so we'll speak to you in a bit. Ta-da! So as you can see, the curry's coming on nicely. Just turned it over, but I'm thinking of cutting it into some smaller chunks to make sure it cooks through properly. To make sure it's cooked all the way through, I'm going to slice it up. As you can see, this knife's going through it straight away anyway. So cut it into some big chunks, then I can put it on its side, and hopefully it'll all cook through, so it'll be nice and soft when we come to eat it. Turn that one over. Oh yes, it's looking good there, isn't it? It's looking good. So, finishing touches. It's now cooked. I'll give you a better look in a minute because the light's not doing too well. But this is the bit where I like adding a little bit of yoghurt into it. So, a little bit of natural yoghurt. That should be plenty. If not, we can put a bit more in. Now, what I found is sometimes the natural yogurt can make it a little bit sour tasting. Spilt it all down me. So to combat that, I tend to put a little bit of mango chutney in there just to offset the sourness, a little bit of sweetness from the mango chutney. So pop that in and I'll give that a stir. So you want to basically make now this so that that sauce, well, the yogurt and the mango chutney is spread equally around. Now I tried this a little while ago and it was quite spicy, but you know, that's the way I like it, and I know Scott likes it that way too. But what I'll do in a second though is, once I've finished this on here, I'll add a little bit of coriander and I'll go and put it onto the main fire over there, so that when Scott's is ready we can just basically share it out. But I'll try and get some good photographs of what the food's like later, and I'll let Scott tell you what he thought of it. Matt's Tandoori shoulder of lamb Massala with loads of chilies in.
Something better than this.
So we're just about to eat. We've taken them both off the fire. So this is my lamb shoulder tandoori masala with chilies, onions, garlic, and then I finish it off with, as you've seen, some yogurt and some mango chutney. And then we've got Scott's traditional Bradford keema curry. So that's mince cooked with, well, he's done his from scratch because he lives here and he can get fennel seeds and all sorts of ground spices, so it looks great. So we're going to tuck in now. You'll see us on the time lapse while we're enjoying it and a few beers, and Dan's going to stick his king prawns and herrings on. And as you can see, there's Dan's. He's got quite a few king, I think they're big tiger prawns, but they're massive, and then 3 herring. So he's having seafood night tonight, because he's said himself earlier on he doesn't think he'll manage these curries because they are quite spicy. Because me and Scott are trying to out curry each other.
So there you go, there's the remnants of tonight's meals. Oh, there's my Bradford keema curry over yonder. Matt's lamb shoulder here. Both meals are really good. If you went to a restaurant you wouldn't be disappointed with being served that, would you? So yeah, there you go, Matt.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, buddy. It's been a good one, pal.
It has. Well, we're all full. A couple of beers and now I'm in my hammock. Scott's in his about 30 yards up that way, and Dan's in his hot tent just starting his stove up. It's been a great night. I haven't seen him since, I think it was September, October time last year that they came up to stay with us. And we've got to do some plans for when they come up next time. So I think we're going to sleep on. In fact, I'm not going to tell you where we're going to go because it's going to be a bit special, but hopefully when Dave gets back from a work trip he's on, we can find out a date that when we're going to go. But we're up very early in the morning because Scott's got some scout things to do. So we'll be out of here at, oh my God, o'clock. Morning. Well, as you've seen, we've packed up now. Bit of a smash it all away, to be honest, because I need to get back to Stoke. Scott's got some scout stuff on there he's got to be at before 9:30. So yeah, quick pack up, no breakfast and stuff, so we'll grab something on the run. Anyway, if you've enjoyed it, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And if you do subscribe, hit that little bell, and then every time I put a video out, you'll see it. So hopefully the video is good. I'll find out later when I put it together. So anyway, keep safe, and I'll see you next time. Tra!